Good morning, culés. It is time to wake up and Barca. Live Barcelona news coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. In today's episode, we'll be going over a match review. Celta Vigo losing to Barcelona at the Spotify Camp Nou. A goal from Pedri, getting Barcelona all 3 points and back to the top of the La Liga table. So we'll go over the stats. I'll give you my thoughts, my opinions. We'll do a full review, including the good, the bad, and the Barça. We'll talk about what was good, what was bad, what represented Barcelona during this match, and of course, we will be giving out the mustache man of the match, all happening here today on the Undefeated channel. If you want to be part of the conversation, subscribe to the channel, participate in the chat with your fellow culés. Again, we're going to be covering Barcelona's 1-0 victory over Celta Vigo, plus whatever comes up conversationally here on Wake Up and Barca. Good morning to you all. Let's kick off things the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
All right, intro is turned off. Barcelona are in first place. Let's go ahead and take a look at a match overview for Barcelona 1-0 over Celta Vigo. Of course, the goal coming from Pedri in the 17th minute. Not the prettiest goal, not the sexiest football, not quite a golazo, but you know what? We need those hustle goals too. We need those scrappy goals if we're going to stay atop of La Liga. So Pedri doing what he needs to do there, getting the 1 goal for Barcelona. It's a little bit frustrating in front of goal beyond that. If we scroll down and take a look at some of the stats, 13 shots, only 5 on target despite 58% possession. 565 passes is actually kind of low for Barcelona. Also, I should say, that 87% passing accuracy. If you are familiar with my reviews, you know that every time Barcelona dropped below 88, 89% passing accuracy, there is a noticeable difference in the chemistry. If we looked at just the first half stats, I bet you that would be significantly higher. Second half, Barcelona just couldn't get it together, couldn't string together those passes, particularly in the attacking third. We had 16 fouls in this one, way too much. 2 yellow cards, and we were asking for others. Okay, I think we got a little bit lucky only getting the 2. 6 corners from Barcelona, again, not enough. We're not doing enough with our opportunities in the attacking third. 6 corners, 13 shots. We should have more than 1 goal. All right, just saying. But we did enough. We are still top of La Liga, even on points, but we're up on goal differential. We're +7 over Real Madrid right now. So we're sitting pretty in first place. Celta Vigo stays down in 11th. I don't think there was any change there. I think they came into the weekend in 11th as well. But Barcelona doing what we needed to do. All right, like I said, wasn't the sexiest match, wasn't exactly the best representation of Xavi ball, of what we want to see from the Blaugrana, but we got the 3 points. So we will take that with a grain of salt. We'll take those 3 points. We will carry that forward into El Clasico coming up on the weekend. But before we get to that, we even have Inter Milan in Champions League on Wednesday. We'll be talking about those matches coming up later in the week. On Wednesday, we'll do a match preview for Inter Milan. On Friday, we'll do a match preview for El Clasico. It's all going to be happening this week, folks. It's, again, we are not even halfway through a big October for Barcelona. So we're not done talking about this match by any means. We are going to jump right in to the good, the bad, and the Barça. We've done the match overview. Now let's talk about some of the details. What was good about the match? What did we appreciate? What was bad? What could we work on? What could have been better? What was Barça about the match? What's a person or a thing that represented the club, that really put pride on our chest? That's the Barça box. Then, of course, we give out the mustache man of the match. So again, Barcelona up 1-0 over Celta Vigo. Let's begin today's conversation by talking about what was good about the match. Now, my dogs wrestle just outside of the door. What was good about this match is that we got the 3 points. That even though we weren't playing pretty football, we got the result that we needed. That's going to be important. When Xavi's side goes up against these 5-back defenses or these 4-4-2 compact bunker defenses. It's not always going to be the beautiful Barcelona game. It's not always going to be Xavi ball the way it's intended. So it's good that we, despite being a bit shut down on the attacking third, we're able to overcome, get the ball in the back of the net, score that goal. It's good. It's good that we were able to win ugly, okay? Perhaps more importantly, what was good about this match was Ter Stegen, again, getting a clean sheet. Could have fallen asleep back there. Not a lot of action for him throughout the match, but particularly in the final 10 minutes, coming up big, making a couple of crucial saves, being there when we need him to be there. Ter Stegen, another clean sheet, continues to impress. And I'll even share with you these stats from Barça Buzz. It says Marc-Andre Ter Stegen has saved 19 of his last 20 shots on target when faced in La Liga. His 95% save percentage is the best tally in the competition this season and the best in the top 5 European leagues among goalkeepers with 5 or more saves. Big stats there shared by Barça Buzz. We do appreciate that, of course. And that leads to Ter Stegen getting the good box for today. With that out of the way, we'll turn the page. We will now discuss what was bad about the match. Okay? Few things I could harp on here. Of course, just context-wise, situationally, the number of injuries that Barcelona is dealing with, bad. Not good. Okay? So put a pin in that one, because we all know that we're dealing with the injury problems. Outside of that, the big problem that I am seeing for Barcelona, well, hang on. Before I get to that, let's back up. Let's back up. Dembele, Raphinha, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres are all in a very similar boat for me. There's flashes of seeing what I want from them, from seeing the potential that those players bring. There's flashes of the impact that they can have from the left wing, from the right wing. But over the course of 90 minutes, we're not seeing enough. We're not seeing the creativity. We're not seeing the flair. We're not seeing the confidence. We're not seeing the energy from our wingers. Again, flashes. Dembele, Raphinha. Not as much Ferran, but some Ferran and Ansu. Flashes, but nothing consistent. So we need better play from our wingers. We need better link-up play. It seems like very often, I'll say Dembele in particular, gets the ball on the wing and it's focus on the defender in front of him or the 2 defenders in front of him. He starts sizing him up. He starts dilly-dallying a little bit. It's not immediate action. There's a little bit of a lag before he goes on the attack. So just overall, I'm not picking on any one individual. I'm saying overall, the wing play from Barcelona needs to improve. Absolutely needs to improve. With that out of the way, today's bad box goes to the referees. All right? There's going to be times when there's controversy, when we don't get the calls that we want, and there will be times when, despite that, it's still our fault that we don't get the results. But this is one of those matches where we didn't play our best. Even with that, the referees missing that penalty call. Raphinha receives the ball, cuts to his right, ball is past the defender. Raphinha just has to get around him. The defender sticks out his leg to impede the progress of Raphinha. It is not the attacker's responsibility to avoid contact from the defender, particularly when the defender sticks a leg out. So I don't understand how that's a penalty. I don't understand how we kept getting called for soft fouls, getting yellow cards throughout the match when we weren't getting the same kind of calls in return. It was very frustrating to watch. And if you go back to the Inter match, if you go back to, who was it that we played in La Liga right before that? I forget, but Dembele not getting called for the penalty. Barcelona right now are not receiving, I would say, fair or equal treatment. Sorry, I'm a bit flustered by this. It's not that you're supposed to get the benefit of the doubt when you're at home, but you're supposed to get the benefit of the doubt when you're at home. So for Barcelona to continue to be shafted, we'll say, by this referee, or by these referees, I should say, because it's not just one. It's multiple matches, multiple referees, the head referee on the pitch, and the referees in charge of VAR just not doing what they need to do with handballs, with penalties. Barcelona just getting shafted right now, which is bad. So the referees, until you start treating Barcelona fairly, get in the box. Get in the box. Okay. Changing gears then. Let's talk about what was Barça about this match. First of all, I want to shout out Marcos Alonso playing out of position. Left center back. He is traditionally a left wing back. He has played a left center back position in a back three when he was at Chelsea. He has had some time there, but to step up in a back four and play that left center back position alongside Piqué, well done, Marcos Alonso, representing the badge quite well. Not a tremendous, outstanding performance, but did what he needed to do. So Marcos Alonso gets a shout out. He was then subbed off for Eric Garcia, who came on, 10, 15 minutes left in the match. Intensity was right there. There was no lag. He was immediately in the match, having an impact, getting in front of shots, taking away the ball from the attackers, getting stuck in on tackles. So Eric Garcia gets another shout out. I hope he starts against Inter. My suspicion is that the reason why he didn't get the start against Celta Vigo yesterday is because we want to save him for that match on Wednesday. So Eric Garcia also gets a shout out. But today, the Barça box is reserved for none other than Pedri. The Camp Nou singing his name as he gets one in the back of the net. Again, not the prettiest goal, mostly set up by Gavi there on the left wing. Wonderful turn to create some space, get the cross in. Defensive error leads to Pedri's goal. But even outside of that, Pedri had a wonderful performance. Again, jumping over, sharing some stats from Barça Buzz here. 63 minutes played, got the match-winning goal as mentioned, 38 touches, 20 of 23 passes completed, 3 passes into the final third from the back line, of course. 5 of 5 dribbles, and these were beautiful. He was gliding through the midfield at times. 2 ball recoveries, 7 of 8 duels won. That's huge. Just 1 time dispossessed, 0 times dribbled past, 1 foul won. So Pedri, excellent performance, gets the Barça box, which some of you may be surprised he didn't get the mustache man of the match, but it's because that award is reserved for none other than the young Gavi. Didn't quite technically get the assist, but here on this channel, we give him credit, of course. Left-hand side, overlap on the wing, gets some space, picks his head up, crossed in, poor defensive effort, leads to Pedri's goal, but outside of that, Gavi on the attack and defensively, several times coming up huge. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Gavi. Here's what I'll say. It needs to be consistent, okay? I'm singing his praises, and I had this little voice in my head say, yeah, but. This match in a vacuum is what we want from Gavi. The spark, the intensity, the tenacity, but also the creativity on the attacking third. We have to have Gavi more involved in the buildup of play. It can't just be Pedri, and we know we're not going to be relying on Busi in that defensive mid-role. He's that pivot. He's not going to be responsible for the creativity in the attacking third. So, I digress. Gavi, wonderful performance against Celta Vigo, and we want to see more of it. This is the Gavi that we want. Before we move on, I'll just go ahead and share this picture here from Mundo Deportivo. If this doesn't summarize the intensity of Gavi, I don't know what is. 2 hands around his throat, and he doesn't care. He's still staring you down in the eyes, ready to move forward. If that's not an undefeated mentality, I don't know what is. So there you have it, my friends. Gavi gets the mustache man of the match. Ter Stegen gets the good box. The referees, both on the field and in the VAR booth, you get the bad box. Pedri gets the Barça box. Gavi, again, like I said, gets the mustache man of the match. Let me know your thoughts, my friends. If you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments. I'm going to turn to the chat, say hello to the Stash Squad, get my good mornings in. I want to know what you think. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What are your thoughts on Barcelona's win over Celta Vigo? Again, let me know. The good, the bad, the Barça, the mustache man of the match. Agree, disagree. Keep the conversation going, my friends. Okay. That is where we will turn. We'll turn to the chat. We'll say hello. Also, shout out to everybody watching on TikTok. I appreciate y'all spending your morning with me. Again, if you want the full show, the full experience, all the bells and whistles, Click the link in my bio on my profile there. Hop on over to YouTube, The Undefeated Mustache John. That's where you can find me. For those of you watching on YouTube, I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you being part of the conversation. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the chat. Participate in the chat, I should say. Sorry, I thought I saw a bug. With your fellow Kool-Ace and everybody, whether you're watching on TikTok, whether you're watching on YouTube, take a moment, drop a like, hit that thumbs up button, show your love and support for the channel. As we continue to grow, we continue to work towards 10,000 subscribers, both on YouTube and on TikTok. We are growing a community of Kool-Ace to support the badge, support each other. Despite all the craziness in the world, all the reasons to have division and conflict, none of that matters, my friends. None of that matters whatsoever. If you love good football and you love good conversation, then you are here in the right place. The Undefeated channel welcomes you. All right. With that out of the way, my friends, let's say my hellos, see who we got in the chat. Bend over. That's awesome. Love your name. Ask, will I do a stream with Mark Aroni? We're working on it. We've talked about doing another one soon. I know he is a busy guy, but a lot of love back and forth between us, so we'll get something going soon, I'm sure. Ovi, good morning to you, sir. Good to see you. Says, what a performance from PK and Ter Stegen. Amen to that. Anthony's with us. Hello. Aditya, good to see you. Says, no way we're going to sell Ter Stegen. Absolutely not. I know there's people talking about it in the summer, saying that Ter Stegen's done. Not the case. Not the case whatsoever. Ter Stegen stays for sure. Thabo, hello, sir. Glad to see you. Who else we got in here? Fabrice, hello, sir. Says, my good would be Gavi, bad would be the second half. Barça is Pedri, and defensive effort, mustache man of the match to Ter Stegen. Well done. You know what? I really don't disagree with that. I had some back and forth too. Some of what you were saying was in alignment with my thoughts, but I do like to give credit where credit is due when the performances come. So if you are consistently performing at a high level, it gets harder and harder to get in those good Barça boxes, I should say. The mustache man of the match is a little bit easier to get, but let's say this. If Ter Stegen was getting a clean sheet every match, and then there's other players who are kind of one-off having good performances, you got to recognize those sometimes. But then you balance it by, of course, recognizing the consistency as well, which is huge. I'm loving what we're seeing from Ter Stegen, even with a patchwork defense in front of him. Guys, we don't have Araujo. We don't have Koundé. But we are still getting clean sheets with Ter Stegen. Loving it. Andres, good morning to you as well. Aditya says, man, Raphinha was not getting help from Balde. Otherwise, it would have been a different game. Overall, there's something, when you watch teams like Man City, like Bayern Munich, even some other team, Liverpool even, the link-up play is significantly more than what we see at Barcelona. There's too much negative lateral passing for Barcelona. There's too much, give it to Raphinha, give it to Dembele, and then stand off and see if they can dribble past two defenders and then get a cross in. But, they took too long, and now the timing of the runs going into the box is off. So there's a lot going into it. I'm not super confident that these players fully understand Xavi ball yet. I think that Xavi has come in, created a renewed spirit, a renewed energy around the clubhouse. You can see right away Xavi's training and the mentality completely different than what we saw from Ronald Koeman. It's fun, it's energetic, it's light, all those things. But when we have to show up, when we have to get the attacks going in front of goal, when we have to create that chaos, when Route 1 isn't working, where I get a little bit nervous, folks. I get a little bit nervous. We have a performance like we did against Celta Vigo, against Inter Milan coming up on Wednesday. It might be sad times. It might be sad times for Barcelona. All right? So we got to be careful, folks. We got to have faith, have optimism. I believe in Xavi, but we got to work something out because we do. Despite a 1-0 victory, there's a plenty of Kool-Ace shouting for more goals, for more intensity. And so we do need that sometimes. Anyway, Rishi, hello and good morning to you. Says, we got lucky this time. Ter Stegen is the GOAT. Both true things. Both true things. Fabrice says, without Ter Stegen, we probably would have lost. Amen to that as well. Andres says was an ugly win, but need these players to always go, but need these results to always go our way in difficult times. We're going to need to be able to squeeze out these ugly matches, like I said earlier. If we want to be La Liga champions, then we're going to have to win ugly at times. 1-0 with a deflected cross and Pedri putting it in, we'll take those 3 points, all right? It's not always going to be the prettiest football, despite what we want. Because that's why we're here, right? We're all here watching Barcelona because we love the style of football that they have. We love the brand of football that they bring to the table. It's not just about getting the victories. It's not just about the trophies. It's the way that we play the game. That's what we're looking for, folks. Mike Aragon, hello, says, wasn't there a video with Buga and Barça Boy? Yes, those are actually on Buga's channel. Buga was nice enough to have me on, connected me with Barça Boy. We've got 2, if not 3 videos up on the Buga Luis channel. Me, Barça Boy, Buga. We talked about future captains. We talked about, I think, El Clasico and some other things. Go check those out on Buga's channel. And then also, speaking of Buga, we do have another episode of the Engine Room podcast coming up. Again, the Engine Room, you can find it on Spotify. You can find us on YouTube. We're working on getting clips up on the other platforms. But the Engine Room podcast on Spotify, it's me, Buga Luis, Pablo Wolves Blanco, talking all things football. Not just Barcelona. We talk Premier League, we talk Serie A, we talk the Bundesliga, we talk Champions League, all things football. Engine Room Podcast. Check it out, my friend. All right, what else we got here? Greg, good morning, says, the sign of champions is winning even when you're not playing well. Amen to that. Could not agree more, Greg. What else we got? Rishi says, we need to win badly on Wednesday. Yeah, it is a must win now. It is completely 100% a must win. Let's jump over and take a look at what we're up against here. That is our next match, Wednesday, 3 o'clock. We, of course, will be doing a live watch along. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you turn on notifications so you know when we're live. Come hang out with us for this watch along party. If we look at the table, this is a must win. Let's just assume Bayern beat Victoria, so they'll be on 12 points. If Inter beat us, then it's 9 points, 3 points. We would have to hope to beat Bayern and Victoria, and Inter lose both of those matches when they play Victoria and Bayern, and that's not going to happen. So if we lose this match, we're not mathematically out, but we're out. We're out. If we lose this one, we're out, okay? If we draw, that'd be 7 points, 4 points. Gosh, and again, we'd be hoping that Victoria somehow gets something from that intermatch. So this is not a mathematical must-win, but a practical must-win for Barcelona. We have to be able to take care of Inter at the Camp Nou. We have to get 3 points. That will be level on 6, and then we can do what we need to do against Bayern, do what we need to do against Victoria, get into the round of 16, and then we'll go from there. But as of right now, again, it's not mathematically a must-win, but from a practical, logical, realistic sense, it is a must-win for Barcelona. Looking for all 3 points, make it happen. In Xavi we trust. Just saying. Anyway, folks. Again, we got Inter Milan, we got El Clasico, we got a lot of action coming up on this channel. Andres says, love the collab with you and Buga and Barça Boy. Hope you keep it up and invite more people on the pod. Absolutely. We will continue to grow that community of Barça content creators on the Engine Room podcast. We're going to continue to reach out to people that cover all sorts of different corners of football. So more faces, new connections, all happening, folks. Rishi says, Fati is way better than Dembele in that impact situation. Yes, but we need a fully fit, a 90-minute, ready-to-go, confident Ansu Fati. That's what we need. Glenn says, good morning, Culés. Good morning to you, Glenn. Good to see you again, buddy. Shake the Room, one of my favorite names on here, says, where do you think Barca should strengthen in the team? We need right backs. We need, by next year, another left back. We need another striker. Looking back, Aubameyang, while he does not really fit Xavi's style of play, he needs a striker that can play with his back to goal a little bit more. Boy, would have been nice to have him right now. Would have been nice to have him. Or Memphis. If Memphis wasn't injured, that would be nice. So really, it's not even a case of strengthening our team. It's about just staying healthy. That's really what it comes down to. Gene asks, do you think Fati is a better option on left wing or center of the attack? Left wing. Definitely left wing. I'm a Fati on the left side kind of guy. Aditya says, can't believe we are bottling UCL again after this big transfer window. Easy. Have a little optimism. All right. We're not bottling it. It was pretty unfortunate, that match against Inter Milan. Particularly first half, we bossed it. Inter Milan, one lucky goal. Well placed, but one lucky goal. If that match is a draw, we're not even having this conversation. Okay. If we buried our shots against Bayern in the first half, we're not even having this conversation. So we're this close. We're this close. We just got to make it happen. Okay. We got to stay focused. We got to stick with the intensity. Most importantly, we got to grind it out. We got to be willing to put in that effort. It's nervy. It's nervy times, admittedly. It is nervy times for Barcelona. Like I said, not mathematically a must win, but it is as close to a must win as we're going to see here. Sahil says, I must say, Xavi Galan kept Dembele in his pocket. Dembele came off the bench, and it's just, there's too much hesitation. That's the word. Too much hesitation when Dembele receives the ball. He's staring down at his defender's feet immediately. Instead of receiving the ball, looking up to see who he can pass to, looking past the defender to run by him. There's too much of a lag. There's too much hesitation on that wing. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, again, Inter Milan on Wednesday, Real Madrid on Sunday. I'm not going to get a lot of sleep this week. I can already feel it. Already feel I'm not going to get a lot of sleep this week, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to support each other. We're going to support the badge. We're going to show up on Wednesday. We're going to get 3 points at home against Inter. We're going to go into the Bernabeu on Sunday. We're going to get 3 points against Real Madrid, give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room in the Liga. And by this time next week, we'll be sitting pretty. Second in Champions League, first in the Liga, smiles on our faces. That's what I predict, my friend. So yes, it is nervy times. Yes, there's some anxiety going into this week. But in Xavi we trust. In Barcelona we love. We'll get there, folks. We'll work it out, okay? Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll work it out. With that out of the way, my friends, we talked about the good, the bad, and the Barça. We talked a little bit about this upcoming match against Inter Milan. We don't want to look too far ahead to the El Clasico match. We've got a match preview coming up Wednesday morning for Inter Milan, then the live watch-along, and then we'll go from there, friends. I'm planning on having a brand new guest come on the channel for a little Real Madrid El Clasico match preview. That's going to be after the Inter Milan match. So look, either Thursday or Friday on Wake Up in Barca. One of those two. Again, negotiating a schedule here for a brand new guest. No spoilers, no hints, but it is somebody brand new that I don't think you all are even really familiar with, because it's somebody who has an audience on a different platform. Anyway, I digress. A little teaser, all right? Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you know when we're live. You don't miss any of the action. Of course, we are here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, covering live Barcelona news. One more question from the chat here. Ovi says, Sensei, everyone is asking, even I, Barca would have won a penalty against Inter. Barca still messes up, but sometimes these penalties can change a lot of things, come with energy and morale boost these refs. I may have read that a little bit wrong. I got myself a little bit tongue-tied there, but Ovi, it's a fair point. Sometimes one incident can completely change the direction, the momentum of a match. So, yes, had we gotten that penalty against Inter, different story, of course. All right, so you never know what's going to happen. There's still plenty to talk about. There's still plenty to be excited about. So again, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, come hang out with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, plus all the live Barcelona matches. Check out the Engine Room podcast on Spotify, and before you go, either on YouTube or on TikTok, make sure you drop that like, Make sure you smash that thumbs up button, show your love and support for the channel. Go out there and have a wonderful day. I hope it's positive interactions, high fives, and hugs for whoever wants them. Like I said, go out there and have a wonderful day, my friends. Heads held high. We got the 3 points. We are top of La Liga. I will see you Wednesday for Wake Up in Barça, match preview of Inter Milan, and then the live stream later that day. See you there, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.